Hello there and welcome to Thank the Maker, a podcast about heroes, princesses, scoundrels, hokey religions, ancient weapons, and all things Star Wars. I'm Adam Russell.
Hey, and I'm producer Jason Chiodo. How's it going, Adam?
It's going well. Is this a first? You and me? Just you
and me is a first, I believe. So, sorry to the audience, I guess.
A bass player and a producer, like just bottom of the barrel.
Hey, man, I can hit the record key really well, man.
I can hit all the root notes.
Yeah,
most
there you
of
go.
The time.
That's a team.
Nailing it. Well, now that everyone's super hyped to have the two of us here and we just like really set ourselves up for success, we're going to talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu, our expectations. A couple of the other dudes had a great opportunity. We're going to hear from them in a little bit. You want to take it from here, Jason? Because you as the producer, you got some good notes here, and you don't get to talk enough, and I'd like to hear you talk, and I think the people would too.
I'm humbled by that, Adam. I don't believe it, but I am humbled, and I'll take it. It's release week. I mean, it's release week for a Star Wars film back in theaters, which is almost, that's kind of mind-bending to even think about. We're nearly 7 years from the last time it happened. And as you mentioned, two of our guys, Nick and Mike, got to actually go to a bona fide Hollywood premiere of a Star Wars film in theaters. Crazy.
That they did.
So last week was a little nuts. Thursday was the actual screening. Mike had booked his flight. Obviously, Nick lives here in town, but Mike booked his flight like kind of last minute. Had to spend a lot of coin on it, actually.
Yeah.
He was scheduled to come in Wednesday night, 10 p.m. I was going to run out to LAX and pick him up. 10 p.m. LAX is... Picking up, just so you know, Mike, anytime picking up a friend at LAX, like that's true love, man.
It's real friendship.
Come on, it's not a walk in the park. But anyway, 10 p.m. would have been fine. This guy's flight gets delayed a total of 3 times for a total of 4 hours. He didn't come in until 1:30 a.m. So we get him. He crashes at my place, sleeps for like 4 hours. Went and got breakfast the next day and got him over to Hollywood to get on the red carpet. But whirlwind for that guy. And totally, honestly envious, but really stoked that they got to have that opportunity. And I think that Mike really took every chance that he could to make the best of it. And he recorded some great stuff for us that we're going to hear later. So,
dude, I didn't even know there was a delay because I wasn't like really focused in on the chat because... I was trying to pay enough attention so we could take advantage of everything and put stuff on social media. But I was a little disconnected, pardon the pun if you listen to my band. And
Hey-o.
Because Ryan and I were just like melting down from FOMO because we all got the invitation, but Ryan and I both on tour. I actually wasn't even officially on tour, just, it was a run of like 2 shows. But we played the same festival and we both had to be at the festival the day after the premiere. So we would have had to take, an overnight red eye from LA to Columbus, Ohio. And technically we could have made it, but what you talked about Mike's delay getting in, if we would have experienced that on the way to Columbus, and especially, playing on a festival, it's always like kind of a show. It's a throw and go situation. You don't get a real sound check, all this kind of stuff. So having to sleep in an airport overnight, potentially get delayed, potentially show up just hours before a giant festival, not a good plan. So we both bailed on the idea of going to LA. We were very, very sad, but stoked for the other dudes. We had Thank the Maker representation there regardless.
Yeah, it was great. And, seeing all of the coverage that came out of the premiere, obviously it happened at the TCL Chinese Theater right there on Hollywood Boulevard. Obviously historic location. Everybody around the world knows this theater. Most importantly, 49 years to the week of when Star Wars opened at the same theater in 1977. So just, stacking that history and the importance on top of each other was amazing. And, like we said, nearly 7 years since we've had it in theaters, but also very important that this was one of the biggest LA-based film productions that's ever been done. Whenever you look at the numbers and the people employed and how it really put a shot in the arm of a film industry here in Los Angeles, it's honestly on the ropes. This was a great thing, a great pop of excitement and activity that happened during the production of it.
One of the biggest of all Star Wars films, to be specific.
No, of all films, of all
Oh.
LA-based films, yes. Yeah,
Wow.
it was actually record-breaking in that regard. But also the only theatrical Star Wars release that was ever completely filmed in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Which is also pretty wild to think about too. I mean, obviously the Battle of Endor was in California and, various pickup shots and stuff like that. But yeah, every single shot front to back on this film done right here in SoCal. Before the screening, Jon Favreau came out and, gave a lot of words, gave a bunch of props to the California-based crew, calling them the best in the world. I'm wearing my Motion Picture Editors Guild shirt tonight in solidarity with the rest of my brother and sisters that got to work on this. So kudos to the below the line crew that was on this. But he also thanked the California Film Commission. They ended up getting almost $22 million in tax credits to do this, which really made all of this possible with, lots of production leaving not only the state, but the country. Of course, we know Ahsoka and Starfighter have kind of fled to the UK. But that was one of the biggest allocations in that program's history. And this production, just this production itself, hired 500 crew members, 54 cast members, and this is pretty wild, 3,500 background players. Wow. For 92 filming days. And the number that was expected to generate $166.5 million in wages for below-the-line employees, which is a record breaker for LA Productions. So big deal for Star Wars to be back in theaters. Big deal for Los Angeles-based film production as well.
So I think you were telling me earlier, maybe you said it in the chat, their wages or salaries, what they were paid for the work, not just the quantity of people that helped set that record. They were paid very well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, all of the above. It was this was a record-breaking production in all ways. So yeah, big deal.
That's amazing. I mean, like you said, it's tough out there. For Hollywood. Obviously, like all the corporate presence is still there, but in terms of productions, it's a completely different world from even 10 years ago. So.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, we are film fans. Obviously, we're Star Wars fans. I mean, I'm holding on to tickets for 3 different screenings of this right now. Adam, I know you're going to go to at least a couple. Go and watch movies in theaters. If you like film, go and support it. It's the best way to keep the real people that you know and love that are making your favorite stuff. It allows them to keep doing it. So yeah, go
absolutely.
Support.
And free advertising for AMC theaters right here. Get the AMC Stubs Pass, the movie pass. I forgot what it's called specifically. Stubs Platinum Butthole Pass, whatever it's called. You can see 4 movies a week for $20 a month. It's insane. Granted, there aren't 4 movies a week that you could see, but I'm going to see The Mandalorian probably 8 times, I would guess. Like, there's no way I'm not going to go to every theater and see it in all the formats that are available at AMC within this first week or 2. It's so worth it. Also, if everybody subscribes, maybe my 99 cents a share AMC holdings will get a little bump. So
got to get them stonks.
Got to get them stonks.
Thank the maker of Star Wars podcast, brought to you by the AMC Butthole Pass. Get your Butthole Pass.
The best car Butthole Pass. So, like you said, Mike was at the premiere doing a little recording, some conversations with some folks on the red carpet. We're going to hear from him shortly. We're going to see a little slideshow. We're going to hear some audio. Of course, talk to Nick. They were there together. Will Diamond and Grayson from the Determined Focus podcast. Jake Pizza Beard Holland. Scotty from Roosevelt's. Nick, codename Fulcrum. Alex and Mollie from Star Wars Explained. A lot of good conversations about, just expectations of going and seeing Star Wars for the first time in many years. Some little predictions. Some good stuff. So we'll play that, and then we'll talk about our expectations, our plans, more specifically to see the movie and what that experience is going to be like for each of us. And we will then take our predictions and put them into one of these like condensed bingo cards that we're doing. We're not going to predict enough things to hit real bingos, so we're down to just 9 tiles. So it's bin or din. We're going to play a game of din. So let's go ahead and roll this little clip and see what Mike has to say and our friends and associates on the red carpet.
All right, we're here at the premiere of Mando and Grogu right here on Hollywood Boulevard. I am with our buddy Will from Determined Focus podcast. We're here with Jake Pizza Beard from the Roosevelt's crew, and also Scotty, our fearless leader in marketing of the Roosevelt's crew as well. Dudes, the excitement is palpable. For you guys, what does it mean to have Star Wars come back to the theater after 7 years of being gone and seeing all this commotion, seeing the excitement? What does it mean, Will, for you to get this experience again?
Truthfully, I would rather be nowhere else. I love The Mandalorian. Watching episode 1, season 1, while I was a cast member at Disney World in the back break room right before Galaxy's Edge opened, and then you see the twist at the end of a baby Yoda. There's nothing better. It's one of my favorite Star Wars memories. So being here at the historic site of the first appearance of 1977 New Hope Star Wars, it's like, this is hallowed ground right here for Star Wars, so I couldn't be happier.
Jake, from your standpoint, The Mandalorian has become a little bit on board for your kids to get into Star Wars too, and I feel like a big deal that we keep glossing over is that like this could be an on-ramp for new Star Wars fans. What has your experience been like sharing of all the Star Wars stuff? What has it been like sharing The Mandalorian with your kids and turning them into fans?
Dude, as soon as that aspect clicked in my brain, the fact that I can now watch something relatively fresh with my kids. They're already all in with Star Wars, but now even more so, like these are their characters. This is like their generation, even though they're still on the younger side of things. But even beyond that, this will now be the first new Star Wars film I'll get to watch with them both in theaters.
Ooh, that's a great point.
All 4 of us are going. My wife and I are stoked to be able to bring our boys to a Star Wars movie. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to put into words. It's going to be special.
Scotty, the interesting part for Roosevelt's is that you guys have seen an insane amount of growth since the last time Star Wars was in the theater, which was in 2019, Rise of Skywalker. Roosevelt's has absolutely galactically blown up in terms of both its scope and its reference, so much that you guys got to officially partner with Star Wars for your new line. Amazing feeling for the entire crew, but what does it feel like to be here and playing a part in why people are so excited about this movie?
It's kind of surreal, to be honest with you, because this is like my first premiere for anything that I've come to, so I really don't know what to expect, but just seeing everything I'm seeing already, I love seeing people that are so ingrained in a fandom, as ingrained as we are as a team, and I know John and the rest of the team that is working on those designs. Everybody that works on a design for a certain property with us loves that property, and I could tell you 150%, John and everybody that worked or touched any part of that collection loves Star Wars, so being able to be here representing them is just, it's great. I wish they were here with us, but I know it's been a dream come true for John and a lot of other designers on the
100%.
team.
And shout out to John and Justin, the rest of the crew, for setting this up, for coming a huge part of Star Wars in this sense, because merch has always been a thing with Star Wars, but the fact that we are literally standing here in the sickest looking varsity jackets, somehow standing out among all of these like amazing costumes we have. But the question I now want to ask is, Will Diamond, what is your take on who is going to be a cameo in this movie?
Okay, I think we have some easy, maybe not a hot take, some easy takes here.
Okay.
Anybody New Republic related that happened to be in the Ghost crew. And Ezra, Hera, I think honestly if I had to put my money on anybody, it would be Hera. That's who my pick is.
Okay.
But then, Jon Favreau's the guy who brought Luke Skywalker back to live action. So maybe a lightsaber or two. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay, I like this. I'm going to say, Jake, the question was, which cameo are we going to see in this movie of character, right? We are kind of speculating. We obviously know through the Legos that Carson Teva is already in this movie, which, hell yeah,
Let's
Paul.
go.
That's right. But who do you think is another character from the Mandoverse that you expect to pop up in this show, or in this movie, if any?
I mean, that would have been my answer, but also secondary, and probably more importantly so, I hope we get some Bo-Katan.
Woo! Okay. Well, we are going to be looking on the red carpet to find if any, Diana Lee Ayasato just walked by, so we know Morgan Elsbeth is in the house. We're not sure if she's in the movie, but she's in the house having probably what is a celebratory drink of blue milk, saying this has been an amazing project. But certainly my take is I'm with Bo-Katan on this. I think that's great. But I think maybe my take on it is we're going to see the Millennium Falcon.
I mean, it's a good take. I mean, they just did the redo with Smuggler's Run.
Right.
They're releasing all those posters with Mando and the Millennium Falcon on those posters.
Yep.
They're giving them out in the park.
Yep.
I think that's a safe bet.
Okay, so the Millennium Falcon, of course, for anybody who's a Star Wars fan, the Falcon is a character. Absolutely, it helps the Rebels win all the time.
Yep.
That's my take. So we got Bo-Katan, we've got maybe Luke Skywalker, we've got a lightsaber, and you're saying more of the Ghost Crew. I like it. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Coming at you from the amazing Mandalorian and Grogu premiere here in Hollywood. Thanks to Star Wars for having us out. Let's see what happens. All right, so the other side of determined reality. I'm here with Grayson, Will's partner on this. Grayson, the question that I'm wondering, of the Mandoverse, which has introduced so many different characters, is there a cameo of a character you think is going to pop up in this movie?
Do they need to be from the Mandoverse?
No, I don't think so, but obviously we're thinking it's a safe bet, but I like if it's not. Nick, jump in on this. I'm here with Nick Fulcrum, the man himself, looking quite dapper, I will say. The question is, what Star Wars cameo character do you think is going to pop up in this movie?
That's a tough one. There's the one that you want, and then there's the one that
you think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a great discussion here.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I don't know if I don't think you would get the old school like Luke or anything like that. But,
No.
but like there's the tie-in to the current, like we got Zeb. Like, is there any of the
Rebels,
other
like
rebels?
an Ezra.
Like, an Ezra or a Hera joining the battle.
So that is what Will said. He
Ezra
said
said Ezra.
he said another Phoenix Squadron might pop up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not Sabine. Definitely not Ahsoka. Like, there's no way.
No,
like that would be weird.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, my want, just because we're dealing with hunts and underworld and everything, for me, I want a Han or a Lando. I want a Falcon and Razor Crest flying by. Like, I don't know how it
I
would
said
work.
the Falcon. I said that was the character.
Even if
that
it was
popping
just
up.
Chewie, I'd be happy with.
Okay.
You know.
Chewie would be a good.
I think that'd be cool, but realistically, I do think like a Ghost Troop. I also would love like a Carson Teva.
I think he's safely in it. The Lego kind of tells us
Oh, is that true?
that he's
I don't
in it.
know.
Yeah.
Ahead of time, he was saying he wasn't in it, but everybody says that.
Everybody says
I mean, he's
Everybody says
my X-Wing pilot goat, so that's the one I'm like probably is a safe bet.
I also wonder if Favreau's going to avoid it though. If he's going to avoid too many cameos.
Maybe the only one that we really need is Trapper Wolf. Maybe we just need that.
I feel like that's an easy ask.
Yeah.
I feel like Trapper's around. He's
Yeah.
interested.
He can convince Dave, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, right? If you want to kiss ass, Dave is the guy to do so. Yeah. So
I mean, Dave's rocking that hat all the time. I'm like, it needs some love in universe more as well.
100%.
So I also just want to see, like, if he's got like, I want to see more of his X-wing.
yes,
so,
true.
Yeah.
True. All right. So the question is, what does it feel like after 7 years of not being in a theater to be here at a premiere of a Star Wars movie again?
Honestly, it's freaking surreal. It's like just not only to have a new Star Wars movie out in the theater and get to see it, but like be here at the premiere. Like this is what the 12th movie ever,
You're right.
and actually be where it's happening. And
Almost
growing up
50
in-
years
yeah.
after Star Wars
Yeah.
started. Like,
Seeing that
Same
original
place.
premiere and then actually being able to be in the room.
yeah. I mean, I've been doing content not that long. Like, I'm not this like big creator, but when I started, my dream was to get invited to a Star Wars premiere.
Yeah.
And so when we got the call, I was freaking out because I was like, dude, this is like so much of my life.
Yeah,
you know?
100%,
So to be
100%.
here with everybody who loves it so much
Yeah.
is like insane. I just can't wait to have a good time. Like, that's all I want. I just want to have a good time in this. I don't need this big, galactic level of, whatever. If we get some cool tie-ins, that'd be sick. But for me, like, to be here with people like after a significant break in Star Wars films.
Vibes are high.
Oh yeah, and I'm a big
Vibes are
Mando
high.
guy. So,
100%.
yeah.
100%. All right, well, we'll keep checking in. We're seeing a lot of our friends, a lot of familiar faces, and most importantly, the hype is real. The hype is absolute. This is the way. Okay, I finally found Nick, my co-host here. Thank the maker.
We are on the red carpet. It is red.
It feels good. It feels good. Nick, what does it feel like for someone who has gone through the gauntlet of Star Wars is always amazing, but at times we wish there was more.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be here at a Star Wars premiere for the first time in 7 years?
It's really cool because all the activations are great. We get to see a lot of people in costume, a lot of the like set pieces from the movie, and then we get to see the movie. That's what's crazy. We're about 40 minutes out from actually seeing the movie. So this is all well and fun.
It's awesome.
We're hanging out with Roosevelt's right now and all of our other friends, guests of the podcast, all this stuff. And then we get to see the movie, which is wild.
The excitement is real. We have run into so many people that are feeling the Mando Grogu love, but also just the celebration of community. We've seen a lot of our friends here. It feels great. The activations are awesome, but more so just to see people embracing how special this franchise is. All right, I am now here with Alex and Mollie from Star Wars Explained. For both of you, thinking about how much your lives have changed since the last time Star Wars was in a theater.
7 years ago? Okay.
7 years ago, okay. What are your thoughts about being here? I know we talked, this is your first movie premiere, but what does it feel like to be here, knowing all that Star Wars has given you guys?
It's huge. I mean, everything about it is bigger than we've ever experienced before.
Yeah, it's just like, it feels huge to be here in person to see it with the people who made it for the first time.
Yeah.
Right. Is there a particular part that you're like, I'm excited for this and this and this? You guys got to see the pre-screening a little bit and some of that, but what are you hoping to see after what they've already put out?
I got to see the Hutts. I want to see Rada. I got to see that buff Hutt.
I'm mostly, Mollie's the Grogu person, but I'm most excited to see what else he gets into this movie.
That tracks. Okay, so here's my question I'm asking everybody. What Star Wars cameo of a character do you think is going to be in this movie?
I got to see Pelimoto.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
I was hoping to see Amy on the red carpet. Okay. I want Pelimoto in this movie.
Okay. We just walked by Carson Teva.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope Carson's in it because I'm a pilot guy. So
sure.
I'd be thrilled with Cobb Vanth, but I don't think that's going to happen. So
he's still healing.
Maybe grown-up Corin Horn. I don't know.
Ooh, okay. This is a deep cut reference here, people.
He was in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now he's grown up. Could be.
Okay, I like this a lot. Rogue Squadron shout out. Okay, cool. Well, how is the experience? Like, there's all these amazing activations. What has stood out to you guys at first initial glance?
I love the Anzellan ship.
They have so many animatronic Grogus. I love all of them. They're all different but the same, and I love it.
Well, we're excited. This is the way. Excited to see so many friends. We'll go back inside and let you know what we think.
The FOMO gets worse.
I know, it really does. It just keeps creeping in, doesn't it? Hey, by the way, Mike needs to just host a red carpet one of these times. I mean,
He's
did he
great,
crush
man.
it or what? Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
He was good.
Very quick.
Do any of your expectations or maybe inklings about cameos coincide with anything that we heard?
For sure. There are a lot of good ones. Lando makes sense. The thing I've been wondering, and I was just doing a little Wikipedia research to figure out timelines. I'm wondering if we get even as like a really quick small actual cameo just in a squadron of X-Wings is Poe Dameron's mom, because she was a pretty like renowned pilot. Her name is Shara Bey. His dad was in the Battle of Endor. He was like ground forces. Not as cool as his mom, I think.
Yeah, right.
She was a kick-ass pilot.
She was the pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing her wing to wing with Carson Teva would be pretty sick.
Yeah. I'm with you on the pilots. I think that what I think at least, and it's actually funny to talk about this since there's so many people that actually already know the answers. And I feel like we're the only two people that don't at this point. I feel like the biggest opportunity for cameo players is going to be in the pilots.
Yeah.
I think we already know that Carson's going to be there, as they said. That was kind of give it away in a Lego set.
Mm-hmm.
So great for Polly. That's awesome. But Trapper Wolf, I think, is a good shot.
Yeah, sure.
I think that possibly the other two directors, and Deborah Chow and Rick Famuyiwa, they both had characters. It was Jib Dodger and Sash Ketter.
Yeah.
The two of them could be hanging out in a Delphi base. I think that's not out of the question. But
they all have to show up.
Yeah,
just on principle. There's no way, even if Dave's like, I don't know, like Favreau's going to make all of them.
Yeah, right. If there's going to be like a reach for maybe a more, sort of deep cut pilot, maybe Wedge Antilles, because we know he made it all the way to this to the end of the saga. So that would be cool. See that green helmet out there. So
that would be great. Yeah, and I think Hera Syndulla is a pretty solid bet if we're talking about other Rebels crew, especially with Zeb in the mix.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a layup. I think that's kind of, I don't know. We're talking about, Filoni being as involved as he is, despite it being, Favreau's film. Filoni's, he was second unit director. He's been obviously very involved because of his role at Lucasfilm. He loves to play with the toys.
He does.
In a way that maybe like some other folks don't. So
yeah, I definitely agree. And then I think the other one, to agree with what Mike said on the red carpet, this is something that we had all actually spoke about months ago, and we were talking about the Millennium Falcon. Whenever Disney had announced the new overlay of Smuggler's Run, and then the thing that really sold it for us was that it wasn't going to be unveiled until the same day that the film released.
Yeah.
And we're like, there's got to be a reason for that. So maybe we see the Falcon in this film.
You know what would be really cool? And this is a harder one, but it being a theatrical release. This is these kind of predictions and the likelihood of big characters showing up. I think the odds are different. The equation's different because it's a first theatrical release in a long time. They had to supposedly rework this story and actually kind of almost start from scratch. Despite the rumors of it just being season 4 turned into a film, Favreau has said pretty explicitly he kind of started from scratch. So I think that's going to make Dave and company want to put more important characters in because there's going to be big stakes, big battle, whatever. I think there's a slight chance we could see Leia just in a holo because she's in command of everything at this point still, right?
She is,
Or has she been like ousted? Because remember, I didn't read all of it, but because there was the drama about her being of the Skywalker lineage and all, and the crap with all of
and
this, remember with Vader?
I believe that occurs in, or at least it's wrapped up in that book, Bloodlines,
right.
And that's where she then starts. The Resistance is a paramilitary group that exists on its own outside of the New Republic. So I don't know that we're far enough along in the timeline for that to have occurred. So she may still be, I guess, a general in the New Republic.
Yeah.
I'm not terribly very well read in that lore, but that would be great. That'd be super cool. I think that a lot of these things that we're talking about, though, are kind of craving an acknowledgement of the broader story, and that's fine. And that's fine. But I have a feeling, and especially based on some of the early reaction on this, that this is a pretty self-contained small story. And maybe we aren't going to get those tendrils that reach into the future, which is also totally cool.
Yeah,
I think that the goal for this film is to get people excited about the franchise being back in theaters, get a nice pop of excitement, something fun, make you happy, and I feel like that's probably going to happen. Most of the reaction that I've seen has been overwhelmingly positive, and I think that's what we can expect from this.
For sure. Again, I've tried to avoid anything, including even the totally spoiler-free reactions that Mike and Nick have given in the chat. And I'm just becoming aware of the fact that Mike's watching this right now and listening to us make predictions about something he's already seen. And
yeah, exactly.
I'm feeling like a little self-conscious right now. But all I've heard so far is that it's fun. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Had a great time. Saw Star Wars in theaters. Sick.
Yeah.
Haven't heard anything like, oh my God, this is a mind-bendingly like life-changing film. But I don't think any of us need that out of this.
No.
There's something about The Mandalorian that just feels good. And I remember we talked about after the Andor finale, actually after Andor season 1 and 2, we were craving the adventure again and like the lightheartedness of something like The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get that out of it and it just feels like a 2-hour episode of The Mandalorian, but you get to watch it on a big screen in a theater, that's enough for me.
Yeah. I had seen a really great interview. Listeners, you should seek it out. There was an interview by Jon Favreau on CBS Sunday Morning, I believe is the name of the show. It aired this past Sunday, but there's nearly an hour of interview with him on CBS's YouTube that you should check out. In it, he speaks about the genesis of The Mandalorian and talking about the things that inspired George Lucas to make the original film, the things like Kurosawa, spaghetti westerns, the hero's journey, and when John was planning The Mandalorian, he decided to make something that was referencing George's references rather than Star Wars itself. So I think that, we're going to see that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Lone Wolf and Cub, the other stories that sort of build up. I mean, it's a Western at heart. I mean, Din is a cowboy, so I think that we're going to see a lot of that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. And I've been trying to stay as, not just spoiler free, but kind of just out, just in the dark, kind of out under a rock, away from the buzz, despite us talking about it so much, whether or not the marketing is hitting, yada, yada. In terms of the story, I see Mandalorian stuff in my feed on Instagram and I swipe past it faster than anything else because I want to stay out of that conversation. I want to go experience this as cold as possible. Mm-hmm. So if it sounds like I'm not bringing much to the conversation right now, it's because of that.
That's all good.
It's just so special to me, the idea of being able to go in and see a movie and be surprised and delighted. That supersedes even my responsibility as a podcast host.
Right. So what's your plan for the end of the week?
So I'm flying up to Marquette to meet Mike. I'm almost going to Canada. I'm going to have to bring extra socks, maybe a dog with a thick coat that I can sleep under.
Yeah, with a little barrel of rum under its neck, just in case you get caught in the snow. Yeah, you never know.
And we're going to drive down to Green Bay. I found a theater there because I was insistent, probably to an annoying degree, about making sure we go to a theater that's legit. That's I don't remember if it's a Dolby one or something that super screen DLX, some kind of shit like that for the first viewing. And then we're driving back up after that, middle of the damn night. We're going to see it again in Marquette at a local theater in the afternoon. And then I fly home, and then I go to Vegas to see No Doubt again. So it's going to be a busy few days, but I'm pumped. It's going to be so weird. I'm going to be riding in the car next to Mike, and I can, he'll be driving, but I'm still going to feel like his eyes are just locked on me, I'm watching you for your reactions. I might have to sit a few seats away from him in the theater. I might have to switch with somebody. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, dude. No, that's going to be great. I'm glad that you guys are going to get to have that experience together. For me, I have tickets for a early Thursday show, 2 p.m. Here in Los Angeles at the Universal City Walk IMAX. It's the 70 millimeter IMAX here in town.
Nice.
Probably the best screen to see IMAX in LA. So I'm pretty stoked on that.
So, hey, do you know what the process is, the pipeline to get a movie that was shot digitally onto 70 millimeter? How do they do that? How does that compare to a movie actually shot on film? Do you know anything about this?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what that upscale process is like.
Yeah.
I don't know. The one thing that I do know is that, The Odyssey, the new Chris Nolan film coming out this year, shot 100% on IMAX. And there was a very sort of marked date and occasion about a month ago when the film went into production with IMAX. And mind you, this film doesn't come out until July. Mm-hmm. So it was going to take that long to make all of those IMAX prints. So it's a very involved process. I don't claim to know anything about it. Yeah.
I imagine at this point, especially, different from what it was, 20 years ago, the number of actual, film printers, if that's what it's called.
Yeah.
To crank out dupes is probably very low. It's probably I have one friend that has a printer, and we need to do a bunch of flyers, and it's 2026. It's well, just go do it all there.
Who's got a printer, man? Yeah. You're not going to Kinko's to get the IMAX made, unfortunately. Yeah. So that's Thursday for me. I have, I guess I get to decompress on Friday. I have a 501st Troop. It's actually a Rebel Legion troop. I'll be in my orange Rebel Pilot at an Alamo Draft House on Saturday. Saturday evening, I got a Disneyland reservation. Going to go and check out that new Smuggler's Run overlay, and then I'm seeing the film again on Sunday. So it's going to be Star Wars packed weekend for me.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Dude,
very stoked.
The overlap here, at least the hopeful overlap, is I mentioned I'm seeing No Doubt again. My wife and I have already been to the Sphere twice. She's been 3 times to see No Doubt, and it's incredible. The Sphere, you and I talked, you've been to the Sphere.
Yeah.
It's just such an incredible, sometimes indescribable experience depending on the content you're seeing.
Truly, yeah, it is remarkable.
And as much as I love the show, and No Doubt's one of my favorite bands of all time, and my wife and I connected on No Doubt early on. It's a big part of us and our shared experience. It also has my mind just racing about the possibilities. I'm thinking like, oh, maybe I do want to spend money on the Metallica tickets. And then I start thinking, okay, how do they do Star Wars in here? What's it going to be like? Because you know they're going to do it. There are rumblings.
There are rumblings, and next year's a great year for it.
Yeah.
50th would be dope. And I mean, the one thing that I think that anybody who's a Star Wars fan had thought of whenever the thing was built was, oh, you got to put a f***ing Death Star on the outside of it. And they finally did with the Lego activation. Yeah. So that's going to be amazing. Hopefully it happens. Fingers crossed for sure.
God, the idea of the trench run in that thing.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap up. We got a few things. Star Wars night with the LA Galaxy, 7:30 p.m. Saturday, May 23rd at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. That's the Galaxy versus the Houston Dynamo. There's a little pregame DJ set and extra time performance. Mosh Isley and Dimitri. 501st Legion will be there. Activations, etc. Grogu bobblehead, sick. All right.
Yeah, he's got a little like a floating soccer ball.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but yeah, it floats apparently. So
it's the Force.
Yep.
All right, tickets at moshisley.com. Go get those. And we will of course have our full spoiler review eventually, but I think we're going to do kind of immediate reactions. Mike and I might even just record something in the car on the way home, and we might piece it together in that way. Like our reactions, have each of us do it. Maybe you and Nick can get together on this, and then we'll do that. And then after we've seen it multiple times, we'll do as much of a breakdown as we can do without having the film accessible to us at home.
Yeah, right on. Nick's seen it twice already. He's been to 2 premieres. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna punch him out. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we hope your experience seeing Star Wars in theaters for the first time in 7 years is as awesome as it can be. If anyone walks out of the theater while you're still in line and yells out a spoiler, I say punch him in the face. Get arrested. I mean, it's worth it. Hopefully Han Solo doesn't die again. And patrons, I don't think we're doing a bonus segment right now, but we do have something else. More to come later this week. There's a little topic that we're trying to hit, so be on the lookout for that. Everyone, thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next week, may the Force be with you. Thank the Maker is produced by Adam Russell and Jason Chiodo, and edited by Jason Chiodo. If you enjoy the podcast, you can support us by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Or you can support us directly at patreon.com/thankthemakerpod, where you can get access to our Discord server, exclusive content, exclusive merch, and more. Our patrons literally make Thank the Maker possible.